Hi, it's Chef and Builder Janie Pendleton back in the kitchen. We just got in from the garden where I showed you how to pick your watermelon. We've got lots of pickles on, and I sat one over here to show you how nice they look. We've got some great crookneck squashes this year. And looky, my pears are even on. And you'll know these are ready because they're a little soft, but remember, pears are one of the fruits that actually ripen off of the tree. Keep that in mind about pears. That would be my kitchen tip of the week, would be to pick your pears off your tree when you think they're ready, and look at the size of these pears this year. The watermelon can be put in and chilled in the refrigerator. And of course, we know what we're going to do with the pickles. I'm going to take all some extras that I have here, and I'm going to make chow chow out of my garden, the last of my garden. Meanwhile, we've washed and rinsed our fruit really well with a dish soap that has an antibacterial in it. And we're just going to sit here and we're just going to cut our top off, cut our bottom off, and you can see the little seeds in there. It almost has like a 3-leaf clover look to it, doesn't it? There you go. And there's a little bit more up here at the top. There we go. All right. Some of these are a little bit too thick. That'll work. And we're going to do the squash as well. I'm going to do the smaller squash here. The squash is smaller, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it just a little bit thicker than I normally would. Salad. And it's good all the way up the head, so we're going to slice it up. And we're going to compost the rest of that. Now, start to turn yellow, as you can see, really fast, so we're going to get this on over and we're going to bread this up. Okay, what I have here is just 1 egg that I have whipped up with a little bit, maybe like 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. In my case, I actually used my lactose-free milk. Now to that, I'm going to add, at the top of your sour cream container, you see that little bit of milkiness there that's on the top? I'm going to add about a tablespoon of that to my egg mixture. Not quite a tablespoon. And we're going to blend that together. Trust me, that gives a nice flavor to our breaded squash. I want to show you how fast that starts to turn brown. We have to work really fast here. Okay, that's all there is to that. Now over here we have our breading, and all I used was my gluten-free flour mix. You can use a regular all-purpose flour. And here I've got some gluten-free breadcrumbs. Just going to add just a few. Well, it's about a tablespoon. Kind of mix that in there a little bit. Over here, meanwhile, in my pot, I did spray in some of this butter flavored Crisco spray, and I mean quite a bit of it. Probably about a tablespoon or more of that. All right, and to our powder mix, I'm going to add a little bit of this celery salt, just a couple dashes, because that's what I like. A little bit of this pre-ground black pepper. White pepper's good too. You want a little heat, use a little bit of the red pepper flakes. A couple dashes of salt, not too much. And here, I guess I got this open here. And here I have a little bit of this ground mustard. And I just want just a pinch of that in there, not much. Matter of fact, I think I like more of the celery salt actually. Okay, and I'm also going to add a little bit of the shredded Parmesan cheese. And the cheese that I got isn't the powdered cheese. Let me show this to you up here closer. It is the actual grated version of it. And you can grate this yourself, but about 2 tablespoons is plenty. I'm just going to take and kind of blend that together. You can add whatever spices you like. You can even put some herbs in here from your garden if you'd like. Just crush them up really well. Matter of fact, I think I will. I think I'll add a little thyme. A little bit of heat there. Oregano, you can add oregano, you can add some sage. But you know, I've got some thyme in here that I need to use up. I'm getting ready to dry some herbs again this year, so I'm just going to add a little bit of that. There we go. Oh, that smells so good. There's nothing like fresh herbs. Okay, so I've just got my oil heating here. Keep it on a medium-low right now until I get this breaded. And I'm just going to use some tongs here for turning. And I've just got some paper plates and some napkins or some paper towel here for... And you don't want a lot of oil in the bottom of this. When it just starts smoking, you know it's ready. So now we're just going to do like a little assembly line here. We're going to wash our hands really well. And we're just going to start dipping in here. I'm going to put this over here so I don't get that down in the crevice here. Now what I'm going to do here, give this a last second whip here. Get this nice and blended with the sour cream. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, make sure you can see this, is I'm going to dip this in to this egg and sour cream and like I said, I use the lactose-free milk in here, but I usually use the heavy whipping cream. Dip that in and then quickly dip this into here. And you can lightly coat it, that's fine. And we're just going to lay this right on here like that. To turn the heat up just a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing with our squash. Making sure we get some of that Parmesan cheese on there. And we're just going to continue to do this, and we're going to continue to fry this. I might need a little bit more oil in here until these are all nice and brown and tender. About 3 minutes on each side. And when I get that far, I'll be right back. Okay, we know that these are done. We're just going to slide them off just like that. You can also cook these in a little bit of olive oil as well. Just put that in there. Remember, you put it in the cold oil in a hot skillet. Let it heat up like that. It's got some nice flavor to that now. Like I said, this is the gluten-free version of my fried squash and my fried eggplant. Give that a turn. Oh yeah. I think it does better when it's in the olive oil. It's just a matter of taste. I like the way butter Crisco tastes. Well, I like them both, to be honest with you. And you can even throw a little bit of garlic in this. I mean, you can really flavor this up to really whatever you like. Right, now we're just going to serve this with our homemade chili sauce. And it's kind of like a sweet chili sauce. Tomatoes, peppers, onions, you know, some of the leftovers from the garden that we made this year and canned up. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that recipe for my homemade chili sauce right here. And some of your favorite dressing. In this case, I really love blue cheese. You could use Thousand Island. You could use sour cream, or even buttermilk dressing would work. But this is my recipe for fried crookneck squash and fried eggplant. Okay, and I'm totally going to try this before my husband gets home. He will never know. I'm rather fond of squash, so I'll try a squash here. And I love blue cheese dressing, so I'm just going to try it with some blue cheese dressing. Mmm. It's still a little crunchy. Mmm. It kind of reminds me of a fried pickle almost. Mmm, that's delicious. And you could definitely fry up your pickles this way as well. Now I think I'm going to try a little bit of eggplant. Let's see if I can find a small piece in here. Here's a small piece. Let's try a little piece of eggplant into the chili sauce. That's really good. Yeah, the orange is squash and the other's eggplant. That's from our garden.
Okay.
That's the blue cheese. And that was a squash.
That's good.
Isn't that delicious? It's still a little crunchy. Now the eggplant is a little softer. And that's really good. You might want to try the fork on that or put some chili sauce actually on it. There you go. And I have plenty of chili sauce right there.
It's good.
When was the last time you had fried eggplant or fried squash?
I can't remember. Mom used to make this.
Did she? I put a little bit of celery seed in there, a little parmesan cheese. It's gluten-free, by the way.
It's good.
Gluten-free flours. All right, well, you heard it. It's good. You're supposed to say it's delicious, so you can get it again someday.
It is delicious.
It's delicious. All right. Well, I better get supper on.
I thought this was supper.
So which do you like better? Do you like the blue cheese dressing, or do you like it better with the chili, or a little bit of both, like back and forth?
I like them both.
I think that chili sauce really is good with it. I think it even overrides the blue cheese in this case. You got a little bit of savory and you have a little bit of sweet, sweet and savory.
I don't want to eat them all.
No, go for it. Go for it.
You sure?
I'm positive. I had a few. They were delicious.
Yeah.
I had to taste sample before I served them and killed you. No, I'm just kidding. It's like mushrooms. This is chef and builder Janie Pendleton, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the ride as I showed you some of the recipes out of my garden, fresh produce. And we just love having you, so be sure and hit that subscribe button. I'll post that subscribe button right there. Be sure and hit it, and be sure and join us because I've got almost 300 videos up, and I'm sure there's something for everyone. Blessings.